Have you ever looked in the mirror and thought, why do I look 10 years older in this outfit? It happens more often than you think. Imagine this, a woman in her early 60s, full of excitement, gets dressed for party. She chooses an elegant, expensive outfit tailored perfectly, the kind of look that should radiate confidence. She walks into the room expecting compliments, but instead she hears whispers. She looks tired today, older than usual. The truth is, the problem wasn't the price tag or the cut of the clothes. It was the color. The shade she chose drained her skin tone, clashed with her silver hair, and erased the vibrancy she naturally carried. That one simple choice color added years to her appearance. And here's the shocking part, the reverse is also true. The right color combinations can take a woman over 60 and make her look instantly brighter, more confident, even youthful. Color can either age you or become your secret weapon. In this video, we're diving deep into the color mistakes that add years without you realizing it, and more importantly, to flip them into style choices that make you shine. By the end, you'll see how a few simple changes can completely transform the way you look and feel. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to Fashion Over 60. Your support keeps this channel going and motivates me to create even more videos to help you look and feel your absolute best. Once you hit 60, your body changes more than you realize. Colors that made you glow in your 40s or 50s can suddenly make your skin look dull and tired. The reason is simple: your skin loses elasticity, pigment fades, hair turns silver, and facial features soften. Dark shades like black, deep brown, or charcoal that once felt elegant now often drain the face and add years. Have you ever put on that old black top you used to love and thought, why do I look so much older in this? The truth is, colors that once worked for you can turn against you. A burgundy dress might have looked stunning at 50, but at 60 it can wash you out and make your features feel too harsh. I once worked with a client named Mary, a stylish woman in her early 60s. She swore by dark outfits, convinced they made her slimmer and more polished. One day I suggested a bright teal blazer. The moment she saw herself in the mirror, she laughed and said, "I feel at least 10 years younger." That's the power of color. If one color could instantly make you look younger and more confident, wouldn't you want to try it? At 60, choosing the right shade isn't just about looking good. It's about lifting your energy and showing your presence. The right color can do more than makeup. It can brighten your eyes, warm your skin, and project vitality. It sends the message, I'm still full of life and I'm owning it. I remember another friend, Linda, at a birthday party. Most women showed up in dark shades, brown, gray, or black. Linda wore a soft ivory blouse with a coral silk scarf. She didn't need sequins or flashy jewelry. The room just lit up around her. Everyone kept saying how vibrant and youthful she looked. That's how powerful color can be. It can add years or take them away in seconds. So here's the real question. Which color pairings are secretly aging women over 60, and how can you turn them into your style advantage? Color combinations that make women look older. When black and dark brown are worn together, they often work against women over 60. As skin gets lighter and softer with age, these two heavy colors can make the face look flat and lifeless. Instead of adding elegance, they wash out the skin and highlight fatigue. Take Susan, for example. She wore a dark brown suit with a black blouse to a meeting. She thought it looked sharp, but the feedback was that she came across as overly strict. The colors took away her natural warmth and made her look older than she felt. Have you ever put on black and brown together and noticed your face looked tired? There's an easy fix. Swap deep brown for camel or beige. These lighter shades keep the outfit polished but add softness and warmth to the skin. Pairing camel with black creates contrast without looking harsh. Add a scarf, necklace, or bag in ivory, blush, or gold, and suddenly the whole look feels brighter and more alive. This small change lets your outfit frame your face instead of draining it. Light gray and cool pastels might look elegant on the hanger, but on mature skin they can fall flat. These shades don't add contrast or warmth, so instead of brightening the face, they often make it look washed out. Take Karen, for example. She wore a pale gray sweater with a light blue pastel scarf on a vacation. When she looked back at the photos, her skin appeared drained and tired. What should have been a fresh, airy outfit ended up dulling her glow. Have you ever noticed that effect in your own pictures? The fix is simple. Swap those icy tones for warmer pastels. Peach, coral, and butter yellow bring life back to the complexion. They soften the features and create a healthy radiance. Pairing them with neutrals like ivory or beige keeps the look modern but adds that youthful spark. If gray and cool pastels can make the skin fade away, neon brights can swing to the other extreme. That's the next mistake worth avoiding. Neon shades can look exciting in the store, but on mature skin they're often too harsh. The high-intensity color doesn't harmonize with softer features or silver hair. Instead of adding energy, it exaggerates shadows, makes the skin look uneven, and pulls attention away from the face. Think about Linda at a summer party. She wore a neon pink blouse, hoping it would feel bold and fun. But under the bright lights, the color reflected against her skin, leaving her looking pale and worn out in photos. The blouse didn't highlight her, it swallowed her whole. Have you ever put on something neon and felt like the outfit was louder than you? That's the risk of overly bright colors at this stage of life. The fix isn't to give up on boldness altogether. Neon can still work beautifully as an accent. A striking handbag, a pair of shoes, or even a scarf can add personality and a playful spark. When paired with neutrals like ivory, beige, or navy, the look feels modern and balanced without overwhelming your natural glow. If neon takes all the attention, earth tones can do the opposite by fading you into the background. Let's look at that next. Earth tones are classic, but when you pile too many of them together, camel, olive, khaki, they can make you fade into the background. Instead of highlighting your features, they flatten your complexion and drain the light from your face. These shades work well individually, but head to toe they often lack the contrast that creates energy. Take Susan as an example. She wore camel pants, an olive jacket, and khaki shoes to a lunch date. The outfit blended so much that her skin looked dull and the entire look felt muted. What could have been elegant ended up leaving her presence almost invisible in the room. Have you ever noticed that same effect when you've dressed in too many neutrals at once? It feels safe, but it doesn't give you that spark. The good news is that it doesn't take much to fix. A crisp white blouse under a camel sweater immediately brightens the face. A pale yellow scarf or gold-toned earrings add warmth and reflection. Even small metallic details, a belt buckle, a necklace, a pair of shoes can break up the monotony and bring light back in. If earth tones risk making you disappear, deep pairings like navy and burgundy can create the opposite issue, too heavy and overly serious. Red wine and deep navy are both rich, commanding colors, but when they're paired together, the effect can be more rigid than refined. The weight of the two deep shades often cancels out softness and light, leaving the overall impression heavy and overly serious. Instead of enhancing natural elegance, the combination can unintentionally add years to your appearance. Take Margaret, for example. At her niece's wedding, she wore a wine red dress with a structured navy blazer. Each piece was beautiful, but together the colors felt too intense for a celebration filled with joy and light. Friends commented that while the look was polished, it came across as older and stiffer than her usual style. What should have highlighted her ended up holding her back. Have you ever worn a deep, dark pairing like this and noticed it didn't flatter the way you hoped? The solution isn't to give up on sophistication, it's to soften the palette. Dusty Rose offers the same depth as red wine but with warmth and light. French blue keeps the richness of navy but feels fresher and more approachable. Metallic details like silver earrings, a gold clutch, or champagne-toned shoes add just the right sparkle to lift the entire outfit. When deep shades weigh you down, jewel tones can create the opposite, challenge colors so bold they overwhelm your natural glow. That's another trap to watch out for. Patterns can be a fun way to express personality, but when they collide with bold colors, the result is rarely flattering. Too many loud elements compete for attention, and instead of looking polished, the outfit feels overwhelming. The eye doesn't know where to focus, and the wearer often disappears behind the clothes. Take Janet, for example. On a summer afternoon, she wore a neon floral blouse layered with a striped scarf. Each piece on its own had charm, but together the combination was jarring. In photos, the patterns clashed so much that her face, what should have been the highlight, was completely overshadowed. What was meant to feel vibrant came across as chaotic. Have you ever had that moment where you look back at an outfit and realize the clothes were wearing you instead of the other way around? The solution is to bring balance. Smaller, more delicate prints instantly create a softer effect, especially when placed on neutral backgrounds like ivory, beige, or navy. When mixing patterns, stick to the same color family. A navy polka dot blouse with a striped skirt in similar shades feels intentional rather than busy. Another trick is to insert solid pieces between patterns. A white blazer over a floral dress or a neutral belt breaking up two prints gives the eye a place to rest. If chaotic patterns create too much noise, an all-muted wardrobe can swing the other way and leave you washed out. That's the next trap to avoid. The power of color after 60 isn't about playing it safe, it's about using shades that lift, reflect, and energize. 3 principles matter most. Keep contrast balanced, choose tones that bounce light toward the face, and use accents that guide the eye. When those pieces come together, color doesn't just dress you, it refreshes you. Certain shades work like instant youth boosters. Blush pink softens features and adds a healthy glow. Ivory brightens and creates a natural highlight. Emerald and sapphire feel luxurious without being heavy, and soft coral warms the complexion, making the skin look more alive. Have you ever tried one of these colors and noticed how different your reflection feels? Fabric choice makes the effect even stronger. A blush silk blouse reflects light beautifully. A pale cashmere sweater adds softness that flatters the skin. Even linen in a lighter shade creates an airy, lifted look that avoids heaviness. Accessories are the finishing touch. A silk scarf tied at the neck, a strand of pearls against ivory, or a light-colored handbag can completely shift the mood of an outfit. These details frame the face, highlight natural radiance, and add just the right spark. When these principles are ignored, outfits can look flat or too severe. But when applied well, the right colors, fabrics, and accents don't just change your wardrobe, they change the way you carry yourself. Linda was 65 when she decided to step away from her usual all-black wardrobe. For decades, black had been her go-to. It felt sophisticated, easy, and safe. But one afternoon, she slipped on an emerald blazer and the effect was immediate. The color lit up her skin, softened the contrast with her silver hair, and gave her a glow she hadn't seen in years. At a dinner that evening, her friends couldn't stop talking about how refreshed she looked. 10 years younger was the exact phrase. For Linda, it wasn't just about the compliments. It was about rediscovering a spark she thought she'd lost. Another story comes from a group of women in their 60s who decided to host what they called a color party. They brought pieces from their closets and spent an afternoon trying on outfits, mixing and matching in ways they had never dared before. One woman lit up the moment she tried on coral. Another realized sapphire made her eyes look brighter than they had in decades. By the end, each woman had found her rescue color, the shade that made her feel instantly alive. Have you ever experienced something like this, when one color suddenly changes the way you feel about yourself? The takeaway is simple: there are no strict rules. Color isn't about following trends or sticking to formulas. It's about discovering the shades that make you shine, the ones that bring energy back to your face and confidence into your presence.